And hello to all my friends. I would like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I will be doing your free psychic tarot reading for the mid-month of August 2021 for all the signs. If it's a surprise to you to see me so early, I'm surprised as well, because literally just yesterday I had no plans on doing anything in the middle of the month. Spirit has other plans. So there is some stuff going on that we need to address. I'm going to do all the signs in one video because I don't want to edit a whole bunch of stuff, put 12 different videos together. We're just going to do this all in one shot. In the description, there will be the timestamp for if you want to jump ahead to whatever your sign is. Let's say it's Sagittarius. Look for Sagittarius. In the description, it'll show you what time to skip to so you can get right there. I have 5 different decks that I'm going to be using for this. I shuffled them ahead of time to save a bunch of time. 4 of them are going to be for the actual reading, and then I have an Oracle Angel card deck that I'm going to use for big signs that have more momentum, more things that we need to look more closely into. This is going to be a very fast-paced reading style as well. I'm basically doing 3 signs per deck, and the only thing left to do is the ritual cuts, and we will get underway. So we're going to start with Libra. Libra is up first, and like I said, I got to do the ritual cuts for the Oracle cards too, but Spirit was extremely chatty in the August readings, and I'm assuming that that's why we're doing this. I have been pushed extremely hard to do this in a whole bunch of different ways, and so I'm finally succumbing to that and doing this for you guys. Hopefully this helps, those who are meant to hear these messages. But we're starting with Libra. Let's get going. Libra middle month. Okay, there's a big theme to start with. I'm not doing the pull you in to see overhead, just takes too much time for something like this. And we do need a red as well. Okay, Libra mid-month. A lot of you guys are doing the right thing right now. As far as a lot of you are detoxing, I have the Hierophant here. This is taking good care of yourself or your people. This is getting away from toxic stuff. It shows that hopefully it's moving in the right direction. Otherwise, it would show me toxicity. It does not do that here. It's showing things are coming in very clean, very good. It's all about doing the right thing right now in the middle of the month. If you have been doing the right thing, continue to be doing the right thing. It shows what you're doing is you're actually building, you're setting up stones to kind of build up a foundation, to build up walls, to good walls, not like defensive walls, but like you're working on building something toward a goal. A lot of you, this will be for, I have health coming up, but a lot of you, this is finance as well. A lot of you, they do say a lot of Libras do need to nurture your money a little bit more. There is a little bit of something coming in there that's blocked. It's a little, we want it unblocked. The other thing that they show is that you're really tied down to this idea here, that you're really tied down to this way of doing things right, or what you consider to be the right way. Like I said, it's going to be a health or finance message for most of my Libras. Very important to keep a good mental aptitude toward this, because mentally they're saying that this could be difficult for you, for a lot of you. This is not going to be necessarily fun. It's kind of restricting in a way, but it's meant to be that way. It's for a better purpose. And the Oracle card really tells the story with building blocks. It's showing that you're building something up, and that this is for a higher purpose, something more for your future. So that's what we have for Libra mid-month. Put that over here. So now we're jumping right to Aquarius. Aquarius is next. Same deck. Aquarius, August mid-month. Okay, I need to see if I need to revert. So this is my discard. Nope, we're going to run it as is. Okay, so Aquarius is coming in entirely blocked for the middle of August. Let's see why. A lot of you are getting stuck mentally on a decision between 2 different things, 2 different paths, veering 2 different ways. When this card comes up, they're basically saying that either way, it's kind of a mute point, because the way that the paths actually go is very similar. It's almost like a spiritual GPS where you get too far off course, Spirit brings you back. It's like both of these paths, this decision that is weighing you, or something you haven't made up your mind about in the middle of August here. They're saying that either way, it's going to be okay. So you really don't need to let this weigh on your mind, on your, for some of you they're saying shoulders, so this is like causing physical pain, or maybe it's just like, really weighing down on you. But we want that to turn around. We don't want it to be like that. They're basically saying like this is not something you need to worry or stress as much about as you are. I guess maybe to go back to pinpoint what this could be for a lot of you, it's going to be different things for different Aquariuses, but overall this is just something that has been on your mind, and it's been at the forefront of your mind. It's not like something you think about just once in a while. This is something more like nagging that keeps coming back up, and you're just like, you can't get it out of your mind. So that's really what it's all about. They're saying that they're also showing very busy. So a lot of you are very busy right now in the middle of the month. A lot of you Aquariuses are being very active in different ways. This could also be an indicator to say that activity is the way out of this, or to away from the dark side of overthinking the situation. Just keep yourself busy. Keep your mind on other things. That way you won't be just asphyxiated on this one circumstance or situation. So that's what I have for Aquarius. This is going to make a mess quick. All right. Now we have Capricorn. Capricorn is next. Capricorn, August, mid-month. Extra jump. Big theme here. And I need to discard to see if that needs to be up. Nope. We're going to leave that as is as well. But I do need an Oracle Angel card, and then we'll be ready. A lot of you Capricorns are showing right now in the middle of the month. At least for those of you who are coupled up in a relationship, this is probably less of a message for my single Capricorns. If you're a single Capricorn looking for information, probably go back to the general reading for August for it. This is mostly going to be for my coupled up Capricorns. They're saying that a lot of you are dealing with a bad decision of some sort. The Fool card comes up, it's inverted. It's saying that either somebody was foolish and it brought us to this point, or just basically, I read it like a bad decision. So a bad decision occurred, now you're dealing with it for a lot of you. If that doesn't make sense to you, let's say you're a Capricorn in a relationship and you're like, that doesn't make sense to me at all, perfect. That's good. This message is not for you. So good to go. This is for the ones that know what I'm talking about, the Capricorns that there's a bad decision and you're like, bing, okay, and now, yeah, I get it. So they're saying they really want you to take great authority over this situation, to own it, to not kind of waver away from it. Step up, do what you got to do to fix it. They show, for some of you, this can have something to do with some kind of local move or local, either a personal move, a business move, nearby moves. There's movement. It's the energy of movement that's localized. It's localized movement. So a lot of you, this could be something to do with work moves. This could be home moves, redoing things at home, stuff like that. It's also kind of, for a lot of you, this is going to be extremely job related. And so work is basically, for a lot of you, the bad decision was at work or has something to do with work. And you're just, they're showing me the soulmate card underneath it to show me a relationship. It's affecting the relationship, perhaps affecting the home life, something like that. A little bit more specific there for Capricorns. I know that's not going to fit for everybody, but that's what they wanted to broadcast out for Capricorn. So now we move on to Gemini. Gemini. And we switch decks. So I'm going to do that real fast. Gemini. Let's go put that back here. Gemini is going to be here. So we're going to ritual cut Gemini, Taurus, and Aries all in the same deck. That goes there. And then we're ready for Gemini. August, mid-month. Gemini. Another big theme. I'm telling you, spirit world is chatty in August this month. We begin with a lot of you are breaking free from shackles. You're a lot more freedom is involved. But for a lot of you, this has to do with money. This is money moves, money coming in, new money, finances from different sources. It's showing that it's really kind of honing in. It's really kind of, I guess, hopefully to you. That's really the point. Basically money coming into you instead of you kind of distributing it here, there, and everywhere else. They show that there is still a lot unfinished with this, so you're going to need to continue to work harder, work toward something more. You're not going to, this is not the end. So don't like quit here. Don't get complacent with where you are now. We gotta push you forward. They're saying this is unfinished. They just want to kind of drive that home that this is not it. You need to do more. It looks like good things and good news, which is positive to see. But at the same time, they don't want you to just like quit too easily, I guess is what I'm saying. They say that a lot of you have a tendency to do that and kind of minimalize and marginalize, and they want you to kind of go for it. They want you to shoot for the stars and not settle for mediocre and stuff like that. So that's what I have for Gemini, middle month August. Next we have Taurus. Taurus is next. Taurus August. And I need to see if that's a revert. So this is my discard here. Nope, we're going to run that as well. Seems to be a common theme with this reading. A lot of you Tauruses are coming out of a lot of junky junk stuff they got here. It's going to be different for all the Tauruses, but for some of you, this is an actual sickness. It could be like a flu. It could be the bug that we don't mention the name of. It could be mental sickness as well, or just mental fog. It's basically moving your health in a healthier direction, but the cards are very heavily about mental health, but it could also be physical health. But I like to see this because it's an improvement. It's showing that you're coming out of it instead of going into it. So there's really not a whole lot to say there, except just know that like you're kind of getting over the hump. This is more of kind of a nudge to kind of nudge you to keep going with what you're doing. If it's medicine or prescription or a certain diet plan or exercise, whatever it is that you're doing to improve your kind of mental health and physical health as well, to just continue to do that, because kind of you're over the bad stuff and now you're kind of you're getting into a phase where you can be more healthy and more mentally healthy as well. So that's what I have for Taurus. Interesting message there. And the cards there, I'm just going to show them because they're so like identical. It's just like the energy. I read it inverted like this, but same idea. So that shows that you're getting out of this instead of going into it. Let's get into Aries. Aries. Okay, Aries is good to run as it is. Let's see what we got. For Aries, they're saying that a lot of you feel like you don't have a lot of options right now. This is mostly a love message for Aries. This is anything close to your heart, attached to love. It could be family, loved ones, friends, pretty much anybody close to your heart. Could be a relationship as well. But it's a wide net. It's a very wide net. But they're talking about Aries love here. They're saying that a lot of you don't feel like you have many options or things to do with it. So if you're single, it's quite apparent. If you're in a relationship of some sort, you may not have an idea of the direction the relationship needs to go, or maybe something has happened that you're a little confused or just a little bit muddled about what's going on next. They show a lot of you are kind of looking at this in a bad perception way. You're looking at this like things that you've lost instead of what's right behind you, which they show that you have good things behind you and you're just not looking at them. Your perception is looking at the negative, the rain cloud, the storm, the funky stuff. So what we want you to do is just switch it around, change up your perception. You do have more options than you think. They're saying that a lot of you get confined emotionally and you kind of limit yourself by by your feelings. Both cards are emotional. It's just like the one I just showed for Taurus, except that one was more cerebral and mental. This one is completely emotional. So that's the message for the Aries. And then the only thing really to do about it, besides turn around and look at the good things, remind yourself of the good things. Gratitude is a huge, huge, powerful frequency. Be thankful. Wake up in the morning and be grateful. And, whatever it is for you, whether it's praying before you go to bed and thanking for everything that you have in your life, or going and giving somebody a hug that you normally wouldn't, or showing and expressing love and gratitude to somebody that is perhaps outside your comfort zone, would be a really good thing to do right in the middle of the month for Aries. Very emotional pulls there. So now we switch decks again, so let me clean that up a smidge. Rocking and rolling on to Virgo. Virgo, here's the cuts. Virgo, Sagittarius, and Leo after that. And they're ready to run. Virgo, August, mid-month. More cards than I wanted to do there. They have an interesting way of showing me people cards. We have a lot of people that came up for Virgo. For a lot of you Virgos, what they wanted to talk about was a female. I don't know. Let's just start at the beginning. If you're a female Virgo watching this, they're talking about either you or a female that is gonna hit this story. If you're a male Virgo listening to this, this is a female close to you that's also gonna hit this story. So now that I set up the context, here's what we have. They talk about this female here attached to Virgo is showing a mental action here. So some kind of decision is being made. A very freeing decision, a decision that perhaps used to hurt or caused a lot of pain or anguish or something. It shows coming out of that. So a decision is getting made to overcome that, to get over the hump. It's kind of general and it's kind of vague. It's not my favorite setup to read, but I just have to do what I have to do, especially since this is like general. And not only is this a general reading, like for Virgo right here, but across the board for all the signs. This is like, as general as you can get. So specifics are very difficult. But anyway, what they're showing is Virgo female, or a Virgo female that's attached. Mental action this month, in the middle of the month right now, there is an action going on. Could not be a physical action. Usually it's more mental. So it's like making up your mind about something. That's usually how I read it. And it's about getting over something that was extremely rough, getting over a rough period. So it could be something that's, you might not be getting out of the rough period yet, but it may be a precursor to it. So it's something that has to happen first so that you can get to where you're trying to go. So that's what I have for Virgos there. Now we go into Sagittarius. Sagittarius mid-month, August. One more there. Person, nope. Okay, so we have... For Sagittarius, they talk about the first thing that comes up is blocked social interaction. It could be maybe you've stepped back from socializing, seeing some of your friends and family, stuff like that. They usually, when that comes up, I view it like that's okay to do that. Just don't do it to the point where it's unhealthy. Being social and having a good mental and emotional social health is very important to people. People are very communal, and just don't neglect that. Don't get too carried away with that. First thing. Secondly, they talk about money. Money comes up right now pretty much for Sagittarius, so I don't know if money's coming into you or if you're getting news that money's coming into you. A lot of you are getting a bump up in money. They show a bump up in money for pretty much right now for Sagittarius. That's good. Could be a pay raise for some of you. Could be gifts of some form, situations. Hard to say. A lot of different Sagittariuses, a lot of different descriptors, a lot of different situations going on there. For a lot of you, I don't know if they're talking about the money or if they're talking about the social block, but they're talking about a lot of you are really hung up right now. A lot of you may feel like you're just kind of at a stagnant part of life in this, or maybe just the month. It might feel like it's not moving very fast, or maybe you're waiting for this money to come in. But we have the Hanged Man there, so that basically is showing me delays for the middle of your month. That's important to know, because if you're waiting for something to happen fast, just know that it's probably not, and then you can adapt accordingly. So that's what I have for Sagittarius. Next we have Leo. Leo, August. Leo, they want to talk about your work. We have a lot of you Leos are getting less confined at work. That means, freeing up of some sort, whether it's responsibilities or some of you may be working from home instead of the office, stuff like that. It's a lot more freedom expansion to this. They say at the same time, like, you need to really learn from your lessons, learn from your past. Maybe this freedom may not be a good thing for a lot of you. It almost is like you were more productive, or more, better things came out of when you were more working in a group, or whatever the situation was before. It's changing now, because it shows a lot of changes right now. It shows it's basically saying movement on a local scale. I know I brought that up for another sign earlier too, I forget which, but it seems to be a recurring theme. They say that a lot of you Leos have a tendency basically to learn things the hard way or have to repeat lessons. We don't want to do that. So just really pay attention to what's going on with your work right now in the middle of the month. And as we move into September, because time is fluid, this might not be right now. Just remember things that you've learned from your past when something comes up. Let's say, a coworker yells at you, or really triggers you or whatever, and let's say a few years ago you learned a lesson from that, and you knew you shouldn't open your mouth, and you ended up getting in trouble. Well, stuff like that is going to repeat. Things that you should already have learned from is going to repeat, and basically it's the universe's way of seeing and testing you and seeing if you've learned your lesson. And that's what we have right now for Leos. So keep an eye on that. Please be careful. Please be careful with work right now. Now we're going to switch decks, go to our final three. We have Scorpio on deck. On deck, literally. Ritual cuts. Scorpio, then Cancer, and wrapping up with Pisces. So first, Scorpio, middle August. Scorpio energy coming in very, very clean. That part is good to see. They show that you are... A lot of you are doing a lot of deep contemplating this month. A lot of you are thinking about past loved ones. They show just a lot of deep thinking in general, really. A lot of deep, deep thought. Intuitive card there. It's usually a perception thing. They don't show that there's a bad perception here. They just kind of show that you're just kind of at this place. You're at this interesting place for Scorpios right now, and you're just kind of like looking up at the stars about it. It's almost like you're not sure what to do right now. The next card really tells me the story, or gives me the advice, I guess I should say, for you. They show action. They show action occurring. And this is action in regards to love. This is action in regards to something close to your heart. So you're moving forward into the future in the right direction. I like to see that. It's just a reminder to take that action and not get complacent. Don't sit back and let good things. Always the train with Scorpios. Always. Okay, so we have the deep contemplation, the stagnation, just kind of being still, looking up in the moment, being at that point in your month, in your life for a lot of you. So not a lot of movement. And then the card right behind that shows action. It shows love action. Love action in regards to something close to your heart. It could be family members, an action in regards to them. It could be an action in regards to a close friend. It could be action actually in love or relationship, or moving the relationship to the next level of some sort. So they want you to take some kind of action here. This is a very emotional time for a lot of you Scorpios. it is a good time to take action. So wherever you fall into the Scorpio spectrum, it is a good time to maybe open up your heart a little bit and to take action in different ways. It's going to vary in different degrees based on the Scorpio and where you're at, but basically they're showing right now it's a good time to take any kind of love action with any of your loved ones. Good stuff there. Okay, Cancer mid-month August. And we need a discard, and that's going to be as is. So basically we're going to run that. That's a 4th or 5th time in a row in this video that has happened and occurred. Okay, so they're basically saying, Cancer, that a lot of you guys are blooming backwards. It's saying that a lot of you are restricted and held down, but you're still blooming anyway, regardless of whatever's holding you back or holding you down or is trying to restrict you. It's showing that you're just, your flowers and your stems and your leaves are just shooting through it regardless. It's good to see. You're moving over this period in a lot of your lives that is it comes through as very mental, a very mental kind of construct that has been maybe a limiting belief of some sort. Really that you're moving past. And it could be physical situations too. It's really hard to read when swords come up because swords are usually a very cerebral suit. But so either way, it's the energy of being held down, being restricted, and being extremely immobilized. They're showing a lot of you are overcoming that right now in the middle of August, hopefully moving through into September in the right direction. The next thing that they show me is the Chariot card. This could mean a car. It's usually more the energy of it. I'm going to read it both ways for you guys. If it's a car, it's showing inverted, so it's saying, you know, just be very careful with your car this month or this time in the middle of the month. You know, take an extra look at the stop sign before you go, or the light. You know, if it's turning yellow, just stop at it. Don't run. No risks with the car, basically, is what we're saying. No risks. That's the card definition of the card. The other definition of the card is more like energetic. They're saying that really that you spread things too wide of a net, and they really want you to kind of hone it in right now. This is a good time to focus on priorities, certain things that are more important than others, especially as you're coming out of this restrictive phase. It's really important for you to get your priorities right, because I think they're afraid of you kind of slipping back into this web of whatever it is that is entangling you, Cancers. Okay, so they really want you to focus on your highest purpose, things that you care the most about, and this is the perfect time to do such things. So that's what I have for Cancer. And finally, we're going to wrap up with Pisces. Pisces had health spread for their August. If you are a Pisces checking this out for the first time and you have not seen my other videos and you have any kind of health issues, please check August Pisces general reading. Okay, so here and I need a discard here as well, and that's actually going to get reverted. So everybody comes back forward. That happens when so many blockages come up, and this is the first time that I've given them the chance to do that they've said yes. Okay, so Pisces, the first thing that they talk about is a lot of growth. This is financial for a lot of you, so good things financially happening right now in the middle of August. They show that you really hold the key to this, so you're really in control. You're going to move this in the direction that you see fit. There is another person coming up that is usually a younger person than you that has something to do with this for a lot of you. They do show good luck as well, so all things are kind of checking in well. It may not seem like this growth is occurring to you, Pisces. That's what comes up right now. And this could be spiritual growth, but usually this is more of a financial card. It's saying that maybe a lot of you are still just not happy with where you're at financially. In the card, she's kind of looking down. So facings matter, and kind of the expression on their face matters as well. So in this card, you know, they just don't look fully content, even though there's growth. Maybe the growth is slow and it's just not something, not fast enough for your tastes or your liking, something like that. So this other person that we have coming up, I'm not exactly sure why they're there. for a lot of you Pisces, they're saying that some more authority can be taken with work. They don't want you to act too much like a kid. They kind of want you to exhibit and exude physical maturity, or at least emotional maturity, or both, really. They show that a lot of good things can happen to you right now. We have the wheel card coming in, so this is good luck. This is things, the roller coaster of life, ups and downs. And with the wheel card coming in straight, it's showing me that like perhaps you were down and now you're moving back up. So things are moving in the right direction. You're climbing back up the roller coaster. So the growth is good. It may not feel good. It's going to be all right. Things are moving in the right direction. We got good luck. We got another person involved here. I'm not exactly sure why. Going to be different for everybody. And that is going to conclude Pisces for the mid-month. So that runs us through all of the 12 signs. I hope that these messages were beneficial to you. If not, please go back and check the general reading for your sign. Those are the big ones. That's the main thing where all of the information is really kind of supposed to flow. And this is just kind of, like I said, adding something to it. So it's just going to be a couple weeks until I see you guys again. Please take care. Remember to subscribe and like so you'll see future videos, and I'll see you guys in September.